Record. Hi everyone, I'm Cari Fennell, and tonight I'm your host on Live with Prima. I have some really easy, fun, and trendy cards that I'm going to create for you guys using the new Bloom Girls. Here they are in all their glory. So these cards are really, really simple. You know, after being at some of the trade shows recently and talking to a lot of people, you know, I've heard a lot of feedback about the Bloom Girls. Like, they are so gorgeous, and people look at them and instantly know what to do. And and I love them too. I like them just by themselves. But the cool thing is that sometimes you can use a really intricate stamp and something really beautiful like this, but keep it really simple. For those of you that don't know how to color faces, you don't know how to color the eyes, you don't know how to add all the detail around the girl's features, that's fine, because that takes a little bit of practice. I get that. But you don't have to worry about that with these cards. And the interesting thing is that the stamps, which I'm getting a lot of feedback about since I posted my my cards today, and everybody said, well, these stamps are so big, so those cards must be big, and they're really not. These are just what is it? Yeah, A4 sized. I think it's with the standard size. It's just the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So you have your bigger piece of paper that you're just going to fold in half. It's just a standard, like, invitation size card. And it's really hard to kind of put that in perspective just from a photo, and I totally get that. So here's what I did, and I gotta tell you, like, I went ahead and stamped ahead, and I think, like, these cards look beautiful just with the image on them. Like, it was really stunning and fun to play with. So, I mean, you could give the card to somebody just like this. Like, it could be just a very, very simple stationery, you know, a stationery set with just the girls' images on them. They really are beautiful all on their own. And of course, I went ahead and I embellished these cards. But even my future sister-in-law came over and saw these just like this, and she loved them. And these are great for birthdays. These are great for girlfriends. These are great for so many different occasions. So I went ahead and used the brand new A4 watercolor paper pad as the base for my cards, because that allows you to add some water, manipulate the image with some color and some art mediums without distorting your card, you know, that much. My cards are relatively flat. You can see there's not too much warpage from adding some water to them. And, you know, they will warp a little bit, but they'll flatten out over time. You can put them between, like, 2 really heavy books, and that will really help. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pan down, so bear with me, and adjust my light so that we can now get into the fun stuff. There. Hopefully that looks okay. If not, Delana is my mod tonight. I have to make her a mod really quick. I just realized. Make Delana a mod. So Delana will be blue. If you have any questions, she can text me or answer the questions for you before, you know, I get too far ahead of myself. If I forget anything, you know, always feel free to let me know. Okay, so here's what I did. You've got your, I hope the camera doesn't go too wonky with all this white. So I'm just tearing off an A4 sheet. Now the A4 sheets are a little weird sized, right? So your card is actually going to be a little tiny bit smaller than the normal standard invitation size, which is fine. So I went ahead and I took the sheet lengthwise, and normally it is about 11 3/4. So I just went down to 11 inches and just cut off this strip at the end. Okay? Because a standard card is about 5 1/2, so I took that 11. I can go right in half to 5 1/2, and there you have your card bases. So instead of like 4 1/4, they end up being, oh sorry, when you fold them in half, let's see, yeah, they're like 4 1/8 inch. So 4 1/8 inch is just how the paper comes. So you're only making a couple cuts, and that's it. Okay, so I wanted to go over that with you really quickly. And then I have my scoreboard, more white. Hopefully my camera's going to behave. So I went right to that 4 1/8 inch, and just went ahead and made my score line. Just like that on my Martha Stewart scoreboard. And that is it. Now, when I stamped on the cards, I leave them flat. But I like to score first so that I know how much room I have on the front of that card. So I know that's my fold line. I don't know if you can see it. So that's my score line. So I know I have this much room right here to play with and stamp on. And it matters. It matters because your stamp image is so large. So let's take Summer, for instance. Summer is so beautiful. She's got strawberries in her hair and some flowers. Oh, and I have to tell you about this brand new stamping block by Prima. Comes with a fantastic handle. This one is 6 inches by 8 inches. So it is perfect for our lovely new Bloom Girl stamps. So, and the Bloom Girl stamps, you know, are about... They're almost 6 inches wide, as you can see on this block. So if you know this block is 6 by 8, you know that they're going to be a little bit larger. And Jamie did that on purpose so that we can use them on larger altered projects, 12 by 12 layouts, and things like that. But I thought, what a great idea to show everybody how to use them on a smaller scale, because the size was really intimidating people. And the cool thing about stamping on a card is you don't have to get the whole image in. We're actually going to be stamping off the base of the card just a little bit. So we're just getting some of the important part of the stamp image, and the rest is just going to be off to the side. So I hope I explained that well. If I did not, please tell me. Now I'm going to use a black StazOn ink pad. It's StazOn Jet Black. Okay, and I like to use StazOn because when I start adding water and, you know, art mediums to my background, I want my stamp image to stay in place. So this is a permanent ink, and once you stamp it on, nothing's going to move it. It's pretty much there. And one thing I will tell you is that make sure that you get, if nothing else, make sure you just get the face really well. Because you want the, you want the eye, the nose, the lips, like that I care about the most. I don't know, because that's really what stands out. And the rest, it's okay if you don't get it all inked. But I really go along and make sure that everything is inked really well. So, now, bear with me. I'm stamping just, like, I want her neck to show, some of the hair. So, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to give it a really good press. And there you have it. So you can see that this part is on my scratch paper and the image is on the card. Just like that. And that looks perfect. You may have to practice a few times. If that's the case, you know, use it on some scrap paper that you have and you don't care. Just so you can get a feel. But really doing it this way, you're not going to do it wrong. Like, let's take one I stamped earlier. You know, she's a little bit, you know, moved over to the right a little bit, and maybe not as much of her neck, but no one's really going to ever look at it and say, oh, you moved it just slightly, or you didn't get everything on there that you did on the other one. So that's basically how I did it. And I'll go ahead and stamp, let's see, we'll put Summer away and I'll stamp another one for you guys. Let's see, I gotta put Summer back on her little thing here. So, you know, the purpose of this class is really to show you that your stamps could have a lot of potential, and it's hard to see that. I think, you know, it's important. Okay, so here we have Free Spirit. I love Free Spirit. She's got flowers, feathers. Oh, there's a glass bead stuck to her. That's how I roll. Everything sticks to everything on my table. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put her on this block. I'm telling you, this block is a must-have. And I wanted to show you also, we came out with a smaller one, just a little bit smaller. Let's see, what's the size of this one? I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, 4 by 8. And this is a skinnier one, as you can see, compared to this one. And this is great for the Julie Nutting dolls, or any kind of long border stamp or anything like that you have. The handle allows you to put, you know, the same amount of pressure on all parts, so that when you stamp your image, it's going to be crisp, clear, and you're hopefully not going to miss any important parts of your image you're trying to stamp. So I just wanted to show you that. We had a lot of people ask. And this can also be used as a weapon. So you can keep this in your purse. If someone, you know, tries to carjack you or something, you can just like give them a big old bang with this. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Well, you could, but I'm just joking. So anyway, I know I'm silly. I get very punchy this time at night. Okay, so again, I'm just tapping, but I'm really making sure that my face is done, because you know the rest is just hair and stuff like that, and you can cover up any other mistakes with flowers and embellishments and stuff. But the face is really important. I think that will matter to you even when you go to stamp it. Okay, so I'm going to try to stamp upside down. Ooh, so that you guys can see it right side up. So I'm just going to try to see where her face is going to land here. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. And you know, even if I'm not like straight here, you know, when I stamp, you're not really going to be able to tell, because a lot of the curves and features on her are kind of wavy, so there's no really straight lines. Oh gosh, that was awful. Look at that. See, I should not stamp upside down. Let's do that again. So let's do a retake, edit, rewind. Alright, so I'm not going to do it backwards anymore, I'm sorry. Alright, so here we go. Try it again. Alright, I'm really going to put some pressure on her, not talk so much, and get my stamp image on there. Yeah, I just cannot stamp upside down. There we go. Voila! Perfect. Well, it's not even perfect. If you guys could see it, it's not perfect, but it's great for what we need it for. Alright? Yeah, that's right. It happens to the best of us. Come on now. We're all at our tables, you know, making mistakes and saying, oh, crud, I got to do it again. Right? Okay. So I hope that that was a good explanation of what I did. And like I said, you can see where I've stamped off. I just have part of the image. It's perfect. I don't even mind that her head is cut off a little up here. I certainly don't mind that it's cut off down here. I have the face just where I want it, and really that's the face is what you're going to focus on, and put it wherever you want it on the front of the card. You know, same with this girl here. This is Sharon. So Sharon has all the little butterflies around her, but you can see like some of them are cut off. And in the sample card, I didn't really worry too much about the butterflies. I just went with flowers and stuff. Okay? Alright, so let's see. Now we're going to go to the fun part. I'm going to get rid of my scrap paper here. And I'm going to put my craft mat on here, because I'm going to start getting things kind of wet and messy. And I think I'll start with Sharon here. Ollie Moore's here, and Casey's here, and Karen's here. Hi, everybody. Oh, I know, I want you guys to make these cards now. Is Jamie here too? Does Jamie have an angel policy? You know, Prima has an angel policy. We do. And if you're interested in reading it or seeing what it is, you're welcome to email me. It's Cari@primamarketinginc.com. So just, yes, I got a new Prima mat too. Look at that. Shiny and new. So if you guys are curious about an angel policy, no problemo. Okay? I can email that to you if you would like to know, if you are curious. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a few of my color bloom sprays here. I have Glistening Waves, Soft Teal, and Gold Foil. Okay? 3 different color bloom sprays. These are being re-released, you guys. I know they're kind of hard to find right now, and we have a really good explanation for it. The explanation is that there was a mechanism that was not working properly. So sometimes they would leak in the boxes. Not good. So we had all the gaskets replaced, and we're also shipping them out with lids on them, and the sprayer is separate in your little box. Okay, that's the difference. The formula, everything else is still just as fabulous and the same, but that's what we had to do because we did not want people, you know, having messes with their products being shipped and bought. And, you know, oftentimes you buy paper when you buy color bloom sprays and things like that, and that's just not a good combination to have it messy. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just adding a light layer of water to my card. And I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into my color bloom sprays and just start adding a little bit of color around where I want it. So I usually try to start with lightest and go to darkest. So now I'm going with the soft teal, and I'm just going to, I can really dig my brush down in there and pick up some of that mica in the bottom. You see that? So, and I'm just kind of being really messy with it, because it's fine. It's totally fine. And I can even take some of that and scoop it off the card. Just like that. So that's all I'm doing. And the extra water on the card is helping like that watercolor effect with these sprays. And adding the water to the spray is not really going to make a difference as far as your shimmer. The shimmer shows up just fine. So diluting it with a little bit of water, not a problem. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and now go to the glistening waves. Like I said, you can add a little or a lot. Now I'm going in with a little bit of a darker color, and I'm just adding it in little areas here. Just a little bit. And I'm going to let it kind of soak into the paper and blend a little bit with that first layer. That first layer is not that dark, really, you know, light, backgroundish. If you get some in an area and you don't like the color, just like dab it off a little bit of paper towel and you'll be fine. So now it's going to look a little mottled. It's going to look a little freaky. It's going to freak you out just a little bit, right? Because you're like, oh, it doesn't look right. Trust me, when it dries, it's going to look fabulous. Okay, now I'm going to go into my gold. And with the gold, I just wanted like some dots. So let's see if I can accomplish that. Ah, yes. Very pretty. And they're kind of fat dots, and that's okay. Just a couple. That's all I wanted. Just a little bit of that gold just to kind of seep into the paper and look really awesome. Well, I think it looks awesome. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't. Maybe you'd want a totally different effect. That's totally fine. I'm going to give it a little zap dry here because I'd prefer to work with the card a little drier than it is. Love fat dots too. Fat dots. Look how they're really coming to life. I could probably even bring a couple over here too if I wanted. I could have brought the color over a little bit more. That's okay because that's where my flowers are going to go. A little bit of water on her face. See, it's starting to work just a little bit. But you gotta trust me that once it dries, you'll be fine. Here, let me get off of that. Okay. I'm not gonna spend an hour drying, I promise. But I got it pretty good and wet just so I can really play. And my heat gun is pretty powerful too. Sometimes drying it on the back of the card also helps too. That's not bad. It's not bad, but it's on its way to being dry. So I'm going to grab the other cards and start playing with those with watercolor too, just to show you a couple different different color combinations that you can go for. Okay, let's go back to our friend Summer. She's so pretty. So for Summer, I decided to kind of add, instead of the gold, I'm going to add some cobalt. The cobalt color is 573898. Okay, Cobalt is such a beautiful blue. I love it. It makes me very happy. Generally, bright colors make me happy. I knew Lorena was going to be a little bit freaked out that all of these bottles were open. And you know what? That's how I roll too. I mean, don't be surprised if I do knock them over or something, because that's, I got paper towels just in case that happens. But you are right. You are absolutely correct for being scared. Okay, so again, I'm just going to kind of go in with those lighter hues and just kind of whisk them in a little bit here and there. I actually went with the glistening waves here. And see, I'm not being nice and neat or anything like that. I'm just really just kind of whisking the color in there. All right. And you can even like kind of take your paintbrush and do little dabbies like that and just have some little dabs running down there. You can pick up some of that extra water and intensify it again too. All right, now I might just go back to the soft teal and just add a little bit. Actually, it's not really doing anything. So, forget that. Okay, next, I'm going to go to that beautiful cobalt color. Yee, scary. Scary part. Yes, because you don't know. Sometimes you don't know how it's going to look. But see how I'm just avoiding the face, and I just want to add just a touch around her. Like I really don't want to go into, you know, anywhere near her face too much at all. And see, I'm just lightly adding the color. I can even add a little bit more water and have those two colors blend even more together. Okay? And if I decide, oh, I got a little carried away with the cobalt, it's all right. I'm going to go back to this. Maybe even add a little bit more over that. Okay? And you can just kind of, you can tone it down a little by putting color on top of color. Okay, I'll hold this up for you so you can see. Oh, I see a little bit of color on her face. Alright, so do you see that? It's just really mottled and the colors are just kind of blended. Hopefully you can see that. Yes, and this is very drippy. Alright. So I'm not going to bother drying that one yet. I'll just set her aside. But this is it, guys. It's so easy. Any colors you want. Any way that you want. Now I'm going to go, let's see. Hold on a second. Okay, color Sharon. Ooh, Jean. Here's Free Spirit. I also have Jean too. She's really cute. I didn't show you Jing. She's really, really nice. Brian, don't play PlayStation right now, okay? All right, Brian just walked in. He went to a baseball game tonight. He didn't have one. He went to one. Right, honey?
Yeah.
He's making fun of me. Stop it. What's wrong with kids today?
There's nothing wrong with kids today.
All right, I'm going to get out now a different color combination for Free Spirit here. Alright, and I'll close these back up so nobody needs to worry that I'm going to spill. I'll leave the gold foil open. And I have now with me Cotton Candy and Peony. These are two like pinky colors. You can see the difference obviously side by side. Light and darker. I'm going to get those little balls rolling in there so I can get some of that mica up. There we go. Jack's upstairs. Okay. Sorry. Just want to get these open. I'm going to spray her. Now, for Free Spirit, I did a little drippage because I thought it really looked good, like flowing down her hair. Perfect, right? So, once again, I got to get my brush here. I'm dipping my brush in water in between applications, just so you know. And, not just like going to go ahead and contaminate all the colors. I could. Alright, so I'm just going down like the image of the stamp with a little bit of this pink. And I can be more generous with some of the lighter colors because it's okay if, you know, some of it shows, some of it doesn't show. The darker colors is where it gets a little bit scarier. Now I'm just going to go ahead and tap the color down. You can see it's already streaking. And then I'll go right into my peony. And I'll start adding the peony in just little spots here. Alright, just like that. And then I'll just go ahead and tap it down again. Alright, so this one I would love to be a little bit bigger, so we'll add a little more color. Alright, and if it's not streaking the way I want, I can just add a little more water and get that flow going. Okay, so that is basically it for that, except that I'm going to add a little bit to the top here. Yes, because I wanted a little bit on the top of her head here. Got a little bit of pink here. And I don't need drippage in the top, so I'm just going to leave it as is. So see, just a little bit, and the shimmer is really coming out. I love it. Brian, you have to get off.
The volume.
Okay, sorry, I'm not arguing with Brian. Okay, and now for the gold, just a little bit, just a teeny bit. Okay, that's all I want. I don't want a lot. Up here, smooth it in a little, and take some off with a paper towel. There, that's perfect. And then I'll tip the card and knock down those little gold ones. Okay. Okay, so pretty cool. And again, I can add more water if I really want to dilute that gold a little bit more. And maybe even add a little more pink here. Why not? You can, this is what I love about it. You can add a little, take away a little, you know, make it however you want. Just be careful mixing the gold with the pink. It might turn a little orangey. Yes. But that might look cool too. Alright, let's see. What other one should I do? I hope you guys aren't getting bored watching me do this. It's a very simple application, but really kind of fun. Like, I could just see myself stamping a bunch of these and just sitting in front of the TV and just kind of playing and adding a little watercolor. There's Jing. She's so cute. See, now I have Jing she's got kind of a larger face. So I didn't make a sample card of her, but I'm going to add some color all along here and then some down here. And it's okay if I add color not just in the image, but also just on the plain part of the card too. I think that would be totally fine. Well, I think so. Let's see. What other colors should I use? Should I mix, because I'm trying to think, can I go, maybe I'll go a little green, soft teal, and lime wedge together. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Let me just fix this. I know, it's kind of crazy. So again, I'm going to start light to dark. Now, I don't know if these are going to get a little bit muddy. I think they might, but that's alright. So I'm going to go in with a light pink and just kind of run it down here along the side, and then I'll just add a little bit like up here. Okay. And just work that in. And now I'll just do little dots of teal. This is a very, very light teal, so you're not going to see a lot of this here. It's almost minty green, you know, that kind of new, fun minty green color everybody's wearing. Okay. I can see it's going a little awry here, so I can just kind of dab that off a little bit. So this is turning out really pastel, very pretty. And then I'll grab a little bit of the green, just in dots here and there, just a little bit. Okay, now that looks weird, but you're gonna have to trust me on this. This one I'm gonna hold kind of diagonal like this, so nothing goes in this area. Okay, and it is kind of running together. That's fine. I like it. And once this dries, it's going to have a whole new cool look and effect. There we go. So very, very light. And go back in with the blues, add a little bit more. If you don't love the color, it's all right. Just keep going back in until you love the color. Got a little green in my glistening. Oh well. This is a very, very light color. I really like how this is turning out. Okay. And there. I'm going to dab it off a little bit. And see, that just looks really cool. Just a little bit of shine and shimmer and color. Very, very light. Not taking away from the image too much, but adding a dab of watercolor. Okay. So I think that's good. I think I've... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's going to happen. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just closing these up so I do not spill them all over my cards. Yeah, not good. Okay, I'm going to set her aside too. Alright, I'm going to just clean up this area. Bear with me. Sorry. Okay, where's my... There it is. Okay, so we're going to go back to my Sharon card. Sharon's the name of the Boom Girl stamp right here. Just like that. And so I just stamped off just part of her face. I love it. It's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and just start embellishing. That's really it. So I did grab like kind of a variety of flowers. I have, some of them I don't have in packaging, so you have to bear with me. These are new flowers from the Coffee Break collection. And to be honest, there are, these flowers are in every collection, but to match the colors of the collection and so forth. So in this one you have some yellows, you have some teals and everything that goes with the Coffee Break collection, which I love. These little guys are perfect for cards because they're not thick at all and they're nice and flat. So if you really plan on putting it in postal, you're perfect. Another cool thing that I use that's brand new, we have a new collection called the Hillsborough collection. And within this collection, we have not only these cute little bows, these are like little paper bows, okay, stinking cute. You get 12 in one pack, so these are great for cards if you're going to make lots of them. They're also in a craft color, so you could color them and spray them and alter them however you like. But this collection, the Hillsborough collection, actually has little butterflies and multiple varieties of flowers, like lots of different like shaped flowers, all little with little wood beads in the center. So the Hillsborough collection, I think, is a must. So as soon as those come into the stores, you guys grab them because they're really great. All right, so that's what I used in their hair. And then also some leaves. Prima did come out with, these are the old package of leaves, but Prima re-released their leaves, so you'll be getting those back in stores. And I used the mini roses. Now these are a little bit thicker, but they're still small. Like you can still get away with using something like this on the cards. Another thing I love to use is Prima has like these really pretty fabric flowers. They came with like stationer's desk. They came with time travelers, seashore, and they're literally like just a little mixture of different fabric blooms in all colors, and you get little velvet leaves in the pack. So I actually have a variety from all the lines. And so I listed everything for you guys on the Prima blog and on Facebook. So if you want to go back and see exactly what I used, those are all listed there, the numbers and everything you can find at your favorite scrapbook store. But I just thought that these fabric leaves are just so, they're actually flatter, and yet they're shiny, and they have layers, and really, they're just really beautiful. Okay, so you don't have to go with flat flowers on these. You could bulk it up a little bit if you want to. Another new flower that I used is called Melbourne, and Melbourne has a variety of colors, and it's all these little roses, and the roses come with either a script or a polka dot, and then a lighter teal, and then like a darker teal. So they're all, you know, you get like 3 color options in one pack, and you get quite a few. So these are the rainforests. The rainforests are the teal ones. They're a little thicker, so you know, I kind of mix and match because I don't, you know, I don't mind putting a bigger flower in my card because I'll just stick it in an envelope and mail it anyway. Alright, so hope you don't mind. I'm just going to start kind of tossing out some of these flowers. And this is another great example of how you can use flowers from your stash. Alright, so I'm going to start with this really pretty little orange hydrangea. And I'm going to start positioning my flowers down on my card to kind of maneuver them and glue them down. I have a little bit of 3-in-1 by Beacon. Yes, I do. I'm going to go ahead and put that there, right next to her eye, because I think that's cute. Okay. And I'm going to grab some of these little Cafe Mocha coffee break flowers. And, you know, just take these little guys and put them all around here. And also one of those little Melbourne ones. I know it's hard to see. It's got a little scripty doodad on there. I am not ripping the greens off like someone I know. I'm leaving them right on there. Yes, I am. So yeah, this one's a little heavier, but again, it's all up to you and your discretion and like how you want to mail the cards, or maybe just hand them to a friend, or you don't care. Alright, so I'm going to start positioning those little guys around. Adding those on. Yeah, I'm just kind of tucking and placing, and you know, you can just kind of eye it and see where you like everything to kind of land. Let me get out my leaves here. A little greenery. Little greens like salad. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, I think, like I said, when I went to the shows, I noticed a lot of people were concerned about the size of the stamps. And I really wanted to show you the freedom that you don't have to color the faces in. You don't have to spend a mega amount of time on them if you're just going to send them off to someone anyway. You can just leave them as is. And I hope this is a good example for you to like help you learn some versatile and new ways to use the stamps. Yes. So there, I just kind of tucked in those leaves. And also, like, you know, if you want to fold your card back and say, oh, that leaf is sticking out a little bit too far, it's not going to fit in the envelope when I jam it in. Yeah, so you can just kind of close the card up and just, you know, just put some boundaries on yourself. Because you could go all the way across the card. I know some of you guys do that. I know you would. All right, I'm going to grab one of those beautiful little paper bows, which are to die for. I was very jealous when I saw some of the design team girls get these in their boxes, and I did not. I was literally going to cry. Yeah, and then I went to Utah, and Adam said I could have them. So I was so excited. I was so excited to use them. Cuteness. Okay, move that over a little bit. Okay, now the very last touch that I wanted to just add to these for just a little bit of extra sparkle and fun. We have brand new Art Basics line by Fennell. And this is her soft matte gel. She also has a soft gloss gel. This is the one that I happen to get. And you know what? I love it. I absolutely love this gel. It's really, really nice. It goes on smooth. There's no odor. It dries quickly. See, and you can keep working with it. Like, you can work with it in layers, and it's not a problem. See, there's even a little extra lid so that your stuff doesn't dry out. And so I can actually take the jar and move it out of the way and just work off that lid. There's plenty sitting there. You can see it. It's nice and thick and beautiful. And then I also grabbed some of Prima's new glass beads. And this is called Plum. I'll just spin it around. So these glass beads are really shiny. They're iridescent. They're, again, part of the Art Ingredients line from Fennell. Genius. I love glass beads, and I think that these are just so fun to add to any projects. So I'm going to dip a paintbrush into this gel medium, and I'm just going to kind of haphazardly put it right on my card and dot, like I'm literally just kind of dotting it on. I don't have to use a lot, but I can. A little bit, believe it or not, will hold these beads in place. And I'm going to add just a little bit down here too. I know. And the cool thing is, even after you add your beads and you let it dry, you can go back over it again with this gel, and it won't make a difference. Your glass beads will still be shiny. I know, can you believe it? So I'm literally just going to sprinkle these guys on. And then what I do is I just sort of let it sit there and dry, and I walk away from it. Whatever falls off the card later, great. Whatever sticks on the card is fine with me. And then I'll go back in when it's dry, take my paintbrush and dab, dab, dab right over the beads just to reinforce them. But I'll show you a close-up of my original card that's already done. Hopefully you can see it in the light here. I know the light's not over great. But see how I've just added the beads here and up here and down here. And they just added a little bit of texture, another interesting layer. You can still see they're really shiny. And I did go back over them with the gel medium and added a little bit more. How much do you need to hold the beads? Not very much. Really, a little bit goes a very long way. The beads are really light. Like, they're really lightweight, so they don't need a lot. And if I really, like I said, if I wanted to reinforce it and go back over the beads with a little bit more gel medium just to be sure, I could do that. But honestly, it was just a tiny bit like of layering over the top. Like, here, I'll show you on this card because I don't mind. I just took the brush and went over the existing beads just like this, and I just put very little bit. And then this will dry clear and it'll look like there's nothing even over it. This stuff is like a little tiny bit goes a long way, and it holds those beads really, really well. When will the mediums ship? The mediums will start coming in this week into next week to Prima, and then we're shipping right out to our store. So within the next 10 days, they will start shipping. Okay, depends on how long too they keep them in, you know, when they come in. So what I mean by that is the port authorities. Port authorities. Yes. All right, so I'll sprinkle these off. Look at, I did not put that much on, and look how many are holding. I just tapped it, and I didn't even put another layer on. So that just goes to show you how you can see the thickness of this and how, like, it does not drip. It does not drip off the brush. It's really thick. And this is not, we even came out with a 3D gloss gel medium, and it's thicker than this. And the 3D gloss medium will be raised if you use it with stencils and stuff. So I just wanted to show you guys how good that stuff is. Alright, so I'll move on to the next card. Oh, what time is it? Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. Alright, let's see. Summer. I gotta give Summer a quick zap because she's still a little bit wet. Do you guys have any other questions for me? Awesome. You don't need a gel. Can you use other clear glue? Absolutely. Yes. You can, if you don't have the gel medium, you can use a different kind of clear glue. Absolutely. I'm not sure, why is it 3D? Well, the other gel medium is 3D because it actually dries it. Okay, so think about a gel medium like this that can be used like a molding paste, except it's gel. So when you use it on a stencil, it will dry three-dimensional just like molding paste, except it'll be gel. So it'll be clear, and you can just you can use it as is, or you can color right over it. It doesn't matter. And it's very smooth. It'll add a shiny effect. It's very cool. Oh, thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. Okay, here's Summer. She's looking good. She's foxy. She got a little bumblebee right here. I don't know why, but it looks good on her. If I had a bee on my head like that, I'd be running. You guys would see me running. Okay, so of flowers that I had in my stash were some of Jamie's bloom flowers. You can still get those. They come in like a multi-pack. Some have stamens, some have pearls. And I just love how they're like a little chevron, little polka dot. So I'm going to use the polka dot here because she just looks so cute with the polka dots. And I'm going to bring out some of that cobalt blue color with some of these mini roses. Like I showed you before, these mini sachet roses. It's called Blue Jay. This set is called Blue Jay. And these guys are kind of purplish and cobalt colored. So I'm going to use these guys. Brian, give me some scissors now.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Go. I got it. Brian has to go get me scissors.
No,
I don't know where my scissors
Mom,
are.
I can't.
All right, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to add another little bow. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to take some of these little Cafe Mocha coffee break flowers, and I'm grabbing the little baby teal ones because I think they're adorable. I'm going to add those, so I'm just going to... Hey, I don't even need scissors. They come right off. You can just pull these right off the wire stem. I didn't even know that. See? Don't need you, Brian.
Yeah, that's what.
Not very nice. I'm just giving my son a hard time because he wouldn't help me.
Yeah, you are.
He wouldn't help me.
I couldn't.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing down these little guys. I'm going to go with my polka dot flower. I think it's so fun. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's so fun to mix and match some patterns even on your flowers. Like, we're so good at mixing and matching patterns with our papers, but I think it's kind of fun to do the same thing with some pattern flowers too, in different colors, and bring them all together. Alright, let's see, I'm going to add a little rose up here. So could you totally see yourselves making a bunch of these? I mean, I seriously think these are just so kind of trendy and sassy and elegant. I think that they would just be adorable, even as a gift set of cards, you know. Here, I love this Fabri-Tac glue because you can kind of move it around as you're playing. And look how cute these bows are. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. And I'll add a couple of leaves. So what other questions do you have about the art medium? Because I'm happy to answer, you know, all of them, all of your questions, seriously. I don't know if you had a chance to kind of look at the Prima website, because you guys can go on and kind of see, even though you're not logged in, you know, you can still go to the Prima website and just kind of look to see what's new as well, besides just like the blog. And you can see all of the new art mediums coming out. And we also have glass glitter. Did you see that? Glass glitter is really fun. I used it on a layout, and it just added a little bit of elegance to the background, and I added it with a little bit of molding paste. So what do you think? Cute! And see, even if I covered up her eye a little bit, I can still move it over just a tiny bit. And I'm going to take my gel medium, and I'm just going to kind of dot it around up here. And dot it around down here. And then down here in the bottom corner. And for this one, we also have a color called Licorice. And Licorice is kind of like a purpley color, kind of like a lavender, you know, but they called it Licorice. It's not black, it's purpley. So in case you're wondering, if you wanted to know. Okay, so they're definitely sticking wherever I put it down. And sometimes I love where they fall too. Like I can kind of go in there and really even add more while it's still wet. There we go. And this stuff dries clear, so no one will ever know. It does stick to your paintbrush though. Okay. And you can kind of move them around with your paintbrush, which is even cooler. And then they lie where they lie. Okay, and I'll show you, where's Hope? I mean Summer. Here's Summer. So you can see that I just dotted some of those beads up here, dotted them down here, and then in the bottom corner. And see how this card came out a little bit different than the other one, and that's okay. You know, they're all going to come out just a little bit different. It just depends on where you put your flowers, what flowers you use, and all that jazz. Kind of fun, huh? Okay, I'm going to set these guys aside. I'll do one more. Is that all right? I'll do one more. I can do a little free spirit. Let me just dry it out real quick. Fantastic card. Sorry, I know it's not very fun watching me dry. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can. Alright, that's good enough. That's good enough for now. Alright, so what we're going to add to Free Spirit is, ooh, you know, even though she's in pinks and stuff, maybe I can, I have a pretty, so you just never know what color you're going to pull out. So I have this like kind of golden yellow that really brings out the gold foil. Now this one is, of course, a little bit thicker. You know, I don't necessarily have to do it. I could actually I could use one of Jamie's blooms. Yeah, I'll use Jamie's bloom. Why not? Yellow's pretty. I don't think you can go wrong with whatever color you want, really. All right. I'm going to do that. And grab a couple of these little guys here. These little, I'm telling you, I'm going to get these flowers in every collection because I love them. I love them so much. They just are perfect for tucking in and adding around your other bigger flowers. And I'm going to just kind of put a couple here and there. I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to add a couple leaves. Yeah, I'll go, oh, I just dipped my thumb right into my gel medium. Jeez. You know, I could actually use this gel medium just to glue everything down. I totally could. But because I'm trying to move a little bit quicker, the Fabri-Tac 3-in-1 really grabs it pretty quickly for me, so I just kind of stick with that. And I'm going to add one more little pink flower down there on top of the leaf. And, you know, these would be, how sweet would these cards be to make with your kids? I think they'd be so sweet. Oh, I wonder if I should add... No, I'm not making brownies. Ryan's asking me to make brownies. Totally hate for brownies.
Brownies are good.
I know. I just ripped apart my little bowl. Hold on, I gotta fix it. I know brownies are good, but actually there's ice cream for you in the fridge.
Oh, ice cream is good.
You'll have to have ice cream. Alright, so what do you guys think? Maybe move the bow over a little bit. There we go. Might be a little bit too much with this big flower. I don't care. Who cares? Alright, let's get some bead action going on here and then we can call it done. We'll call it done. And then I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. Just like this. And just tapping my gel medium all over so I could just sprinkle. Alright. And I'll show you the finished card that I showed earlier with a little bow. Oh, I have it up kind of higher. But I have like just some bead action going around here. Okay? And I'll just tap off some of these. Oh my gosh, I put way too much. Way too many beads. There we go. I can even move this guy up here a little bit harder. But I'll fix that later. So that's that, you guys. Oh, and one more card I made too, like just as another example, gardenia. So Jamie's gardenia stamp. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to forgive mine because mine's from the Utah show. It's got Velcro all over the packaging. Sorry. But she kind of goes sideways. So she was perfect for a card like this. You know, where the other girls I was doing like this. So she's perfect for this, and you can just add a little bit of that watercolor to her hair with some beads in there and some more flowers. And she was really fun to make too. So the possibilities are really endless, what you can do. So it's just a matter of getting all of the stamps and then just having fun. You love all the cards. Thank you, Karen. Oh, thanks, Robbie. You guys are so sweet. Hey, and it's 10:31. Well, it's 10:31 for me, so it's like I finished right on time. So thank you, everyone, so much for the wonderful compliments. And here I am, and I'm going to take my light away. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. And if you guys decide to make some version of these cards or exact copies, or I've inspired you in any way, you're more than welcome to share them with us on Prima, our Prima Facebook page, which is Prima Marketing Flowers. It's our fan page. You can also share them on Live with Prima group page, which is just search under groups or search on Facebook Live with Prima, and you'll find our group. And anybody that has friends that want to join the group, you can add them. Feel free to add them. Okay, because we love new people. We love to share. We love to see what everybody's creating, whether it's something from the show or something, you know, just that inspired you just by the product itself. We'd love to see it. The next show coming up on Tuesday is Frank Garcia. He's going to be doing an art journal for us. He's going to be using some really cool stuff and altering a journal in the Frank fashion that we know and love. And then also, don't forget, we have Art Venture California coming up January 6th and 7th. Please come and see us in Anaheim. It's going to be 2 days of Prima, fun-filled, amazing classes, 6 instructors from all over the world. It's awesome. And then we also have our special delivery kits that we've started back in June. Every month we have a new one. The July kit is still up, but it's not going to be there for long. Go to livewithprima.com, click on the shop link, and you'll see the special delivery kits. $39.99, $100 worth of cool Prima stuff in one box. So there, I did my announcements. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I really appreciate you coming to the shows. Please feel free to tell your friends, family, whoever is into crafting and, you know, Prima stuff to come to the shows and watch, because we really love to have, you know, everybody come and participate. All right, so thank you so much again for spending the evening with me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.